The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Miss Mehavi Simmons. Chapter 19. Praise Day. The summer holiday was approaching. The teacher always servers grew servers than ever, for he wanted the school to do well on Prize Day. His stick was seldom idle now, and Mr. Dolphin's punishments were very energetic ones too, although he carried under his veil hair a perfectly hairless and shiny head. He had only reached middle age and showed no sign for weakness. As the great day approached, he seemed to take offense pleasure in punishing the least misbehaviors. The result was that the smallest boys spent their days in terror and their nights in planning revenge. At least they hit upon a plan, as the teacher looked at the sight a glorious victory. The boys asked the Sky Panther's son to help them. He agreed at once because he too disliked the teacher. Mr. Dolphin would go on a visit to the country in a few days, and there would be nothing to interfere with the plan. Mr. Dolphin always prepared himself for great occasions, such as Praise Day, by having a little too much to drink, and the Sky Panther's boy said that he was confident that he could carry out his part of the plan. While the teacher was having a short sleep in his chair, then he would have him awakened at the right time and hurry away to school. The great occasion arrived. At 8 in the evening the school was brightly lighted and decorated with flowers. The teacher sat in his armchair upon a platform, with his blackboard behind him. He was very cheerful. In front of him were rows of chairs occupied by the most important people of the town and by the parents of the pupils. To his left was another platform upon which were seated the scholars who were to take part in the exercise of the evening. The rest of the schoolroom was filled with the other pupils. The exercise began. A very little boy stood up and sheepishly recited, "Youth scarcely except one of my age to speak in public on the stage," etc., accompanying himself with the painfully exact and stiff motion with which a machine might have made. Supposing that machine to be a thrift out of order. A little shamefaced girl murmured, "Mary had a little lamb," etc., was loudly applauded. and sat down blushing and happy. Tom Sawyer stepped forward with vain confidence and rushed into the "Give me liberty or give me death" speech with fine fury, and broke down the middle of it. The teacher frowned, and this completed the disaster. Tom struggled for a time and then retired until he did. Until he defeated. There was a weak attempt at applause, but it died early. The boy stood on the burning deck, and other masterpiece of recitation followed. Then there were reading exercise and a spelling fight. The small Latin the small Latin class received with credit. The highlight of the afternoon, original compositions by the young ladies now came. Each in her turn stepped forward to the edge of the platform, cleared her throat, held up her paper, which was tied with pretty ribbon, and proceeded to read with special attention to expression and punctuation. The first prize was won by a black-haired young lady with a mournful expression. Her composition on "A Vision" was considered the finest effort of the evening, and the mayor of the village, after delivering the prize to her, made a warm speech in which he said that it was the finest thing he had ever listened to, and that it was worthy of the country's greatest statement. Now the teacher put his chair aside, turned his back to the audience, and began to draw a map of America. On the blackboard, upon which exercised the geography class, but he did it very badly because his hand was unsteady. A low laugh ran round the room. He knew that was wrong and set himself to right it. He rubbed outline and remade them, but the laughter grew louder, and with good reason. There was a storeroom above, and the entrance to it was just above his head. Down through this opening came a cat hanging from a string tied round her body. She has a rug fastened about her head and jaws to prevent her from making a noise. As she slowly descended, she curved upwards and seized the string with her claws. Then swing downward and claw at the air. The laughter grew louder and louder. The cat was within 6 inches of the teacher's head, down, down, a little lower, and she seized his full hair with her disparate claws, held it, and was snatched up into the storeroom in an instant, with her prize still in her possession, and how the light blazed from the teacher's hairless head, for the side pence boy had covered it with gold pen. That broke up the meeting. The boys had their revenge.